are free-falling right now after that Newcastle game. A complete change, 7 changes from the team that got defeated by City at the weekend. And what changed? Absolutely sweet FA. In fact, we might have got worse. I want to speak about the overall feeling at this football club right now. It almost feels like the team is defunct. I've put down there that we look totally lost. And look, you know full well how much I'm in support of the concept of Erik ten Hag being given time to come through this patch that we are in. But change has to come from himself. Change has to come from his team. Look, our teams here, right, in these last few weeks, we've gone from a massively pragmatic team that got 3 wins against Brentford, against Copenhagen and Sheffield United. And then we went into the City game, and the first half and the second half, Ten Hag made a change, and it fucked everything up, really. We go from this pragmatic team to this team all of a sudden that's just this. It's like a bunch of schoolboys. Just an over-energetic, over-press across the pitch. We press individually. We're not winning the ball high up the pitch. And all of a sudden, Newcastle can just stroll in behind.
Club that's been... This is 10 years in the making. I mean, as I said, there will be people out there screaming and shouting outside Old Trafford with their webcam, or, you know, sat in their bedroom with their webcam, like me, going, oh, get him out. It's got to stop. And the only reason they'll be doing it is they'll be thinking, I might get a couple of 100,000 views on YouTube. This is great content. Get really angry. And before they hit record, they'll go, it's enough, bruv. Oh, it's disgraceful. Like, that is fake. That is fraudulent. That is not the reality, because this is not a shock. I'm composed because I've done this for the last 7-8 years, and we've done it so many times. I cannot get angry and frustrated about something I expect. I cannot speak to you on a 10 o'clock show or an 8 o'clock show for years about the debt, financial fair play, the stadium, the damage, the silly wages, you know, the players that shouldn't be here. I cannot sit here and say to you all those problems and then sit here and go, I can't fucking believe it, man. I can't believe we've lost to Newcastle 3-0. Why can't you believe it, Mark? You tell us about how badly the club's run. You tell us about the rubbish recruitment. You tell us about, you know, we can't, the players get overpaid, etc. And then you're surprised when you lose to better teams. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This is where we are. I'm not surprised. I'm devastated. I'm devastated that this has happened to Manchester United. It's a disgrace what has happened, but it's not surprising to me what's happened tonight. They don't give a shit. They do not. They're not Manchester United players. They don't give a shit. And the horrible thing is, we pay them more money than Liverpool play for players who do give a shit. And also, some of these players have sacked managers before.
And I almost can't even be asked analysing goals or that game, because that game doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, that game does not matter. We were told the League Cup does not matter when we won the fucking thing. So I don't want to see people going on about how United have failed because we didn't win a fucking competition that you tell us we're not supposed to fucking win in the first place. Make that make sense? But United have lost 8 of the opening 15 games of this season. It's unforgivable. I'm not sure he will get sacked. I'm not certain he won't walk, because I don't know him. But I'm not sure he will get sacked in the interim sort of period until a takeover is completed, and then I think he could be. I think the Glazers would be mental. And I don't think they make... I don't think they make any decisions, if I'm being brutally honest. I don't think they make enormous decisions like this hastily. At least. I think that's one thing that you can say for them. I don't think they make super fast snap decisions on anything, sadly. So I think it would be rash and rush for them, and I don't think that they do that.
Can I just say, I know we're different to Arsenal, I know we are, but they didn't have Europe for 2 years under Arteta.
Right, okay.
Sorry, the first 3 years.
Okay.
First 3 years under Arteta didn't have Europe.
Cool, couldn't care less. don't give a flying heck about Arsenal, don't give a flying heck about Liverpool as well. Couldn't care less about any other team. When there was Europa League ball here, we couldn't wait until we chucked that ball out to play Champions League football. I am not going to lower my standards for a manager just so he can do anything.
You've come in the studio, you've barely spoke. I'm assuming this is one of the lowest you've felt as well.
I remember last season when we were playing Barcelona, I think Ricky was in the forum, you know, normal panel, and I used to say in big games, we've got a chance. We've got a chance. I believe in this guy. He speaks 10 Haganese and all of this stuff. I used to say. Man City fans went at me when I said we can beat Man City. Liverpool fans went at me when I said we can beat Liverpool. Arsenal fans went at me when I said we can beat Arsenal. Nobody will clip those old clips up when I was backing this guy to my death. Why can't the manager inject something into them?
That's a question to be
Why
asked.
can't exactly? Why are the players not turning up at Old Trafford? What is going? And again, it's a different lineup. We sat here in the build-up. We said that it's a balanced team, and yet there's no balance. Not one goal we didn't score. Not one goal we didn't. We didn't score one singular goal. And Martial is supposed to be on the pitch, and we play better with Martial. And Ricky keeps telling me that Martial, when he's on the pitch, we score X amount of goals. Zilch today, zero, absolutely zero. And you cannot tell me this manager, I can believe him in one bit. He contradicts, he lies, and he plays shit football. And I'm not believing in him for shit. I gave him till game week 15, and we didn't score one goal. It ain't my job to tell you and make you believe which manager can fix this. So stop asking me that damn question.
It's just these players are and I'm not falling for the same shit again on Ten Hag. Yes, he's making mistakes, and it's not fair. He's going to get criticised and he's in trouble, but he'll get out of it, and I'm backing him. Again, tonight, it's the same sort of thing. Gutless, spineless, absolutely. We couldn't string two passes together. Clueless. Brainless. Gormless. Fucking Homer Simpson. Fucking Family Guy. Peter Griffin. All rolled into one. Oh, it's the manager. How about for the time? It's the players again.
Yeah.
This is the third set of players. Who's a few there from the previous two who threw managers under the bus. But these players will throw him under the bus. And maybe his players are throwing him under the bus as well. Having it, not doing it. Have a fucking man up or just get out the fucking club. I don't care if you're a Ten Hag signing or you're a fucking reject from a previous regime manager. Perform or fuck off. That is it.
Just finally, do you see this manager turning it around?
I do. But he needs time. Like I say, Arteta, 8th, FA Cup, 8th, Europa League semi-final, 2nd in the league, blowing the league title, fair enough. But he's fucking, he rooted out all the players. He got his own players in with youngsters. And look at the reaping the rewards now. You just got to ride the process. Pep came in, style of play. He done it at Barcelona. He done it at Bayern Munich. He's doing it at Man City. You have to fucking ride this out. No, Rome wasn't built in a fucking day. Alex Ferguson had 4 rough years. You just got to ride it out.
Look, I genuinely would say, in relation to the manager, if you want to sack the manager, it's up to you. We will lose some more games, so it's up to you. You know I don't. I'm not going to repeat it. But I know, I know that there is absolutely no manager out there that is going to change this course of this club. Even if Pep Guardiola had a bang on the head and said, I don't like Man City, they're wankers, I want to support, I want to pay off my contract, even if I get sued, because I have to manage Man United. Even if Pep Guardiola took over that job, how does this work? How does Pep Guardiola make Man United play like Man City? There's no money to do it. The players that we've got can't do it. So, you know, I don't get the whole sack Ten Hag thing. Almost because, get De Zerbi. How the fuck's De Zerbi going to play Brighton football with the players that we've got? I think there are people in our fan base that think these players are good. I think there's people in our fan base that think Ten Hag's the problem and actually these players can play football like Brighton. It amazes me, but I think there are people in our fan base that think the problem is the coach and the players are actually good. Which is amazing considering most of those players playing tonight have been here under previous managers and got them the sack. So I don't know. I think there's people in the fan base that think that if De Zerbi was in charge tonight, Harry Maguire's going to turn into Sergio Ramos. Victor Lindelof is going to turn into Virgil van Dijk. Dalot is going to be Cafu. Reguilon is going to be, Luke Shaw would be nice. Garnacho and Anthony are going to be Salah and Grealish. It's just not going to happen. Like it won't. They're not good enough to play this brand of football that you think that we should play. I think some of our fans are in denial. I really do think that they think that sack the manager and we'll be fine. It amazes me because we've done this 4 times, but I still think there are fans that think, let's sack the manager and we'll be fine.
I was in a world of my own there. I was actually just thinking for the 90 million that we spent on Anthony, we should have took that, went to Brighton, just took all their coaches, took all their scouting network and brought them to Manchester United. Job done. Yeah, imagine the amount of players you'd have on the conveyor belt there at Brighton, the players that they sign. Continuously do it, don't they?
When I was talking earlier about us getting players for nothing and spending millions on us, I know these players are different positions and different styles of play. But if at the weekend you can only pick one of Anthony, Casemiro or Eriksen, who are you going to pick?
Eriksen.
That was Newcastle's C team, absolutely pathetic. They had Dummett and Kraft. They ain't played in like over a year for Newcastle, and that's the easiest game back off injury they would ever have. And Man United just continue to just be in free fall. Ten Hag, I can't see how he turns it around. It looks like to me he's lost control. The players aren't buying in. They look clueless. We as fans, drop Rashford, drop Bruno, drop this player, drop that player. It doesn't matter who plays. We've seen this script before. And a lot of fans here have said it feels like the beginning of the end. And I don't know where Erik ten Hag turns from here. I saw some quotes that he said after that he's a fighter and he wants to turn this around and we need to be together and we need to cooperate. But the players aren't going to do it. The players aren't going to do it. He's not going to be able to stem this flow. You know? Man United are always in this situation over and over and over again. When you think that you're going in the right direction for a short time, bang, the reality hits you in the face at Man United and then you're back to square one again, if not past square one again, right now at Man United. And you know, Ten Hag is culpable. And you know what? If the players aren't going to buy in, right, which they're not, clearly, you may as well just go now. This is what happens all the time. They've done the same under Oli. They've done the same under Jose. LVG was a little bit different, but you can see the way it was heading. You look at how decimated and how destructive the squad and how broken the squad was when Ralph Rangnick came in for that short temporary stint. And how can you go from where we were from winning the Carabao Cup to this? How? I'll tell you how. By bad recruitment, by leopards not changing their spots, as Roy Keane has told us many times, and of course the things that go without saying at the top of the football club with the Glazers. We know that. But this is what I mean. Look, all of this Ten Hag ain't got his first signings and all of this, you know, the Glazers, this and all of that stuff. We know that. That is 100% true. But you cannot look me in the eye and tell me that Ten Hag is getting enough out of that squad. He's not. He's not.
I don't see how chopping and changing the manager does anything for Manchester United right now in the short term. I think we've got to look to the future. Let's judge him at the end of the season, in my humble opinion. It's the owners that are a big problem. It's the hierarchy. It's the players. Yes, Ten Hag's partially responsible. Of course he is. He's having a fucking stinker. Of course he's partially responsible for how we're playing and his selections and the team and the performances. Of course he is. But it's not just him. There's a lot needs fixing at Manchester United. Basically, the whole thing needs burning down and starting again. We need to build a new stadium. We need to buy a whole new set of fucking players, it seems. You know, new owners, new coaching staff, the lot. We genuinely do need a complete redo at this football club. That's how bad it's got. There's not one redeeming feature of this particular squad that we can see week to week, really. Every single man is performing like shit.